What's good, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy Chidi Gains. Today I'm going to be going through the key principles to follow when you're lifting weight when it pertains to building muscle. So this is how you want to be thinking when you're lifting weights in order to maximize hypertrophy, in order to put as much muscle onto your bone. Okay, so this is how you need to think. I'm just going to go through it, the mentality that you should have and how you should be approaching each exercise. This is going to carry you over for most exercises, and if you follow this principle, you'll be able to gain a lot of muscle. So for a muscle to contract, I'm actually going to be speaking a little bit in scientific terms, but I'll try to break it down for all of you to understand. For a muscle to contract, it needs to go through different stages. For example, your biceps, for a contraction to happen, it needs to go through the shortening phase, and then most of the time when you're lifting, it also needs to go through the lengthening phase where you're lowering the dumbbell down. At the end of a contraction for most exercises, you want to make sure that you're using your mind-muscle connection. You're squeezing the muscle as hard as you can. And then in the eccentric portion, the negative portion, you're lowering down slowly. Count 3 to 5 seconds. Concentric part is not so important. You can go up as fast as you can. But the eccentric portion, the negative portion, lower it down. Just to give a bit of definition, okay? Concentric contraction is when the muscle is shortening on the contraction, okay? So when you're doing a lat pull down, when you're coming down like this, okay, the muscles in your back are shortening. When you're going up, that's the negative portion, that's the eccentric. The muscles are lengthening on the contraction. That lengthening stage, you want to count and slow it down. You want to slow down the eccentric phase because a lot of studies have found that slowing this stage down actually allows you to build more muscles over time. You then want to leverage the squeeze at the very end of the concentric phase as well, but conversely, at the very end of the concentric phase, for example, the lat pull down, this stage here, you want to squeeze, engage in your mind-muscle connection, squeeze, and then repeat the cycle. So it's a 3-step stage, okay? So down with the concentric, squeeze, up slowly with the eccentric. Same for a bicep curl, same for a bench press, same for a chest flies, same for a shoulder press, same for most movements, lunges, anything that you're doing, you want to follow these principles. Another thing you need to think about, obviously, as well as the mind-muscle connection, you want to be thinking about doing things slowly, nice and controlled, and this requires you to drop the weight, do a weight that you can control. Another thing that you want to think about is actually training with enough intensity, making sure that you're going to failure most of the not all the time, but enough times. Maybe the last set of your final exercise to allow you to be able to actually get to the upper range of what you can do in order to stimulate hypertrophy. Problem is, most of you don't actually know what training hard feels like. So you're going through your sessions thinking, oh yeah, I'm training hard, I'm really hitting my muscles hard. Half the time, a lot of you are leaving gains in the tank. So you need to always make sure that every now and again you go to failure. I'm not saying go to failure all the time, but try to program it into your workouts, as well as using the principles I've stated earlier on. If you can do this consistently, you will gain muscle as long as you're doing the right rep ranges. And I can go through this in a different video. If you would like for me to go through this, leave a comment down below. But that is the main things that I wanted to speak about in this video. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like down below, comment down below if you agree with me. If there's any part of the video you would like me to go over, comment down below as well and I'll be sure to answer. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Welcome to the community. I've got a lot more content like this coming up and I'll meet you guys in the next video.